Throughout human history, we have struggled with various vices such as arrogance, laziness, gluttony, lust, and greed. These darker aspects are a part of us, and we all face their influence at some point. The reflections on these impulses, shared by thinkers through the ages, form a significant part of our history. Our vices have the power to awaken our irrational side, tempting us and clouding our clarity of thought. They steer our desires toward more primal passions, often obscuring our reason and convincing us that they are not as harmful as they seem. This is where historical philosophy comes in, serving as a critical light against vices. Philosophers emphasize that vices not only undermine our reason but also imprison our freedom, making us slaves to our instincts. The essence of Stoicism lies in cultivating virtue, a rational habit that distances us from vices and leads us to a fulfilling and happy life. Therefore, the key to achieving fulfillment lies in inner transformation, distancing ourselves from vices and embracing virtue. As you may have personally experienced, vices have an overwhelming effect on our happiness. Initially, they might seem like sources of fulfillment, but this feeling is fleeting. Once it fades, we're left with pain, discomfort, and dissatisfaction. Vices fill a void, but in reality, they drain our energies and leave a painful mark on our inner essence. In agreement with the words of Marcus Aurelius, we realize that vices are by nature destructive. In this sense, I would add that vices represent a formidable adversary, a force we almost always encounter. However, virtue emerges as the most powerful defense against this threat. The journey I'll share in this video aims to assist you in gaining control over yourself, taming vices, and ultimately cultivating a more virtuous and happier life. To achieve this purpose, the content will be divided into two distinct parts. First, we will explore the meaning of vice from a historical perspective. Then I'll present practical strategies to combat vices through virtue. Together, we will walk the path towards internal transformation and the pursuit of a more fulfilling life. In the realm of Stoicism, vice is considered a pattern of behavior that not only contradicts moral principles, but also deeply harms the individual who adopts it. It manifests as an affliction of the soul, leaning towards irrational desires, distorting judgment, and casting shadows of suffering over inner tranquility and personal serenity. Vanity, anger, fear, lust, greed, gluttony, and dependencies are concrete examples of vices we can all recognize. Marcus Aurelius provides a clear perspective on these deviations of the soul, highlighting two pillars: ignorance as the first and most severe vice, and lack of self-mastery as the second. The root of vice is an error in assessment, emerging when we fail to exercise the virtue of wisdom appropriately. In periods dominated by vice, our understanding leads us down two paths. Either we mistakenly classify harmful things as positive, or we recognize the evil but try to convince ourselves it's beneficial. Stoicism invites us to seek mental clarity, overcome these challenges, and through wisdom achieve a life aligned with higher values. In both cases, the result is the same. Understanding is nullified and veers away from truth. Reason is given carte blanche for pleasure and desire. Momentary pleasure is prioritized over true happiness, and we become prisoners of impulses. By nature, impulses are irrational and selfish, making us more animal than human. Surrendering to vice renounces reason, the hallmark of humanity, and enslaves us to our passions. This choice demonstrates a clear lack of self-love and love for humanity, betraying our most perfect and noble qualities. Moreover, vice not only makes us more animal-like but also dependent and manipulable, erasing our freedom and rendering us unable to make choices. Prone to vice, others can manipulate us, exploiting this weakness. After the error of ignorance, vice as a lack of self-mastery obscures reason, at times temporarily losing control over our passions and the ability to direct them towards virtue. Desires and virtue, according to historical principles, do not go hand in hand. Therefore, this insidious series distances us from serenity and true happiness, both of which we should strive for. However challenging, this journey is in line with a grand purpose: to achieve true happiness. If the path to fulfillment were easy, its attainment would not be as wonderful and valuable as it is. Therefore, inherent difficulty only highlights the preciousness of the reward. If your perspective aligns with the historical thinkers, you likely resonate with these ideas. Nonetheless, a question might linger. How can I effectively overcome vices in my daily life? Where do I begin? The answer lies in concrete action and the pursuit of small daily victories. Every conscious choice, every step towards self-discipline and virtue is a significant triumph. This is where it all starts, the seed of personal growth and inner transformation. So begin there, for even the most challenging journeys commence with a single step. The next stage of our journey is dedicated to the second part of this video, where I will unveil various strategies to challenge the dominance of vices and nurture virtue within us. Tip number 1. Know yourself. Facing challenges without deep self-understanding is difficult. Taking a moment to reflect carefully on our weaknesses and vicious tendencies is the starting point. Our inner self holds the consciousness of these aspects, and our feelings reveal the roots of our disturbances and dissatisfactions. Greed, uncontrolled passion, gluttony, irritation, self-indulgence. Recognizing these forces and gaining clarity about what we wish to confront is a crucial step. This self-awareness empowers us to challenge harmful patterns and gradually transform them into virtues. Self-awareness is the key that enables us to make decisions aligned with a serene and meaningful life. Remember, all progress begins with identifying areas in need of transformation, and each step towards self-mastery brings us closer to the greatness within us. This process involves continuous self-reflection and honest assessment of our thoughts, behaviors, and habits. By developing a deeper understanding of ourselves, we can uncover the underlying motivations and triggers that lead to our vices. This knowledge allows us to address the root causes and implement effective strategies to overcome them. Ultimately, self-awareness fosters a sense of empowerment and control, enabling us to make conscious choices that align with our values and lead to a more fulfilling life. Tip number 2. Understand that this journey is extensive and challenging. Breaking free from vices is not a simple task, as they are deeply ingrained in our habits. Understand that throughout this process, you may take steps backward, and that's okay. These falls are natural and part of the journey. The crucial point is not to give up. Whenever necessary, regain the fight against these harmful patterns. Maintain the flame of determination burning. Perseverance is the secret. If you persist, there will come a day when you have completely overcome these obstacles. Each effort you make, every attempt to conquer, is a step towards victory over vices. Believe in your transformative potential. This journey requires patience, resilience, and a willingness to learn from setbacks. Embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. By acknowledging the difficulties and remaining committed to the process, you build the strength and resilience needed to overcome vices. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep moving forward with determination. Remember, the journey towards self-mastery is a marathon, not a sprint. Embrace each step, knowing that every effort brings you closer to your goal. Tip number 3. Find your inner motivation. Reflect on the precious reasons that inspire you to leave vices behind. The pursuit of happiness is central, but each of us will have equally important personal motives: saving money, taking care of health, improving relationships. Keep these motivations always in sight, especially in difficult moments. Remember that these objectives are incomparably more valuable and rewarding than the vices that held you. They are the treasures guiding your steps towards a richer, more fulfilling life. In the face of challenges, your motivation will be the light leading you through shadows toward triumph over the obstacles you encounter. Understanding your why gives you the strength and determination to stay committed to your journey. Regularly remind yourself of the positive changes you seek and the benefits they will bring to your life and the lives of those around you. By staying connected to your inner motivation, you reinforce your resolve and maintain focus on your goals. This inner drive will help you navigate the ups and downs of the journey, providing the encouragement needed to persevere through difficult times. Ultimately, your inner motivation serves as a powerful catalyst for transformation and personal growth. Tip number 4. Set realistic and achievable goals. Establish targets that present a challenge yet remain within reach. They shouldn't be overly simplistic, nor should they seem unattainable. Strike a balance when setting goals. Recognize that overcoming vice requires dedication, but it's also crucial to believe you can achieve these objectives. A feeling of challenge should be present alongside the conviction that with effort and determination, you can overcome these challenges. It's the combination of challenge and self-belief that leads to remarkable victories on this journey. Break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps to maintain a sense of progress and achievement. This approach allows you to build momentum and stay motivated as you work towards larger objectives. Regularly review and adjust your goals to ensure they remain relevant and aligned with your progress. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, as each step forward is a testament to your commitment and determination. By setting realistic and achievable goals, you create a roadmap for success and maintain a sense of purpose and direction on your journey. Tip number 5. Embrace a gradual approach. If you are deeply entwined with a vice, initiate the process of change gradually. There's no need to abandon everything at once. Instead, set goals that evolve progressively, daily, weekly, or monthly. Just as ants build a mountain grain by grain, as expressed by Marcus Aurelius, virtue is not achieved overnight. It's the result of continuous effort in managing vices. So remember that each step you take towards virtue is a significant achievement. Every small advancement, no matter how minor it seems, contributes to the construction of a mountain of self-discipline and personal growth. Stay focused and celebrate every progress, no matter how small, for each one brings you closer to the person you aspire to be. By adopting a gradual approach, you allow yourself the time and space to develop new habits and behaviors that support your journey. This method reduces the likelihood of feeling overwhelmed and increases your chances of long-term success. Embrace the process, knowing that every effort you make is a step towards a more virtuous and fulfilling life. Tip number 6. Distance yourself from risky situations. If you've identified your vices and acknowledged your weaknesses and you're determined to overcome them, it's crucial to avoid scenarios that may lead you back to these harmful patterns. This may involve adjusting certain habits in your routine and modifying your environment to escape temptations. Remember, this journey demands courage and determination. However, always keep in mind that every sacrifice you make on this path is worthwhile. Every time you consciously choose to distance yourself from situations that trigger vices, you're approaching your own freedom and the well-being you seek. Each choice you make to avoid risk is a significant victory, shaping a brighter and more fulfilling future. By proactively managing your environment and habits, you reduce the likelihood of encountering triggers and increase your chances of success. This approach requires ongoing self-awareness and a commitment to making choices that support your goals. Remember, each decision to avoid risky situations is a step towards greater control and self-mastery. Tip number 7. Distance yourself from the influence of those who encourage vices. Those who push us towards vices are not wishing us well. When we genuinely value someone, we want the best for them. The harmful leads to unhappiness. Therefore, someone who encourages us on this path isn't contributing to our highest good. In fact, they hinder our progress. As Seneca expressed, control over vices isn't just a step towards self-transformation. It's also a service to society and the world. By choosing good and virtue, we elevate ourselves and contribute positively to the world. While this may be challenging, strive to distance yourself from those who negatively influence you. You might find it necessary to leave behind relationships that don't contribute positively to both parties. Don't be afraid to seek a healthier, uplifting environment where you can grow and flourish towards your best self. Surrounding yourself with supportive, like-minded individuals can significantly impact your journey. Seek out relationships that encourage and inspire you to pursue virtue and personal growth. By building a positive support network, you create an environment that fosters your success and well-being. Tip number 8. Don't hesitate to seek help. No one is a solver of all problems. Sometimes the best choice is to seek support from others. Aside from finding the support you need, remember that many individuals have faced similar challenges, including the same vices you're struggling against. They have valuable experiences to share. Whether they are friends, family, philosophers, or professionals, a variety of people are ready to offer assistance. When we seek help, we show courage and humility. There's no shame in it. In fact, it's a sign of strength to recognize when support is needed and actively search for solutions. The connections you make and the knowledge you gain from sharing experiences can be powerful tools on your journey to overcoming vices. So remember, you're not alone on this journey, and help is available to propel you towards a brighter, more rewarding path. Reaching out for support can provide you with new perspectives, strategies, and encouragement. Whether through therapy, support groups, or trusted friends, seeking help can significantly enhance your ability to overcome vices. Embrace the strength and vulnerability and recognize that seeking assistance is a crucial step towards lasting change. Tip number 9. Understand the distinction between fleeting pleasure and lasting fulfillment. As you reduce instances of stumbling into vices, you'll begin to notice a stark discrepancy between the momentary pleasure vices offer and the lasting satisfaction that comes from overcoming them through virtue. The satisfaction of liberation from vices carries a joy and serenity much deeper than the short-lived pleasure provided by vices. This satisfaction of liberation from vices carries a joy and serenity much deeper than the short-lived pleasure provided by vices. The true contentment in conquering them is incomparably more enduring and rewarding. Throughout this journey, you'll realize that despite the challenges of resisting vices, the happiness gained from surpassing them is genuine and enduring. Always keep in mind that this inner transformation is an incredible achievement, shaping not just your present but also your future. By choosing lasting satisfaction over momentary pleasure, you're paving the way for a life of genuine fulfillment and contentment. Keep this understanding close to your heart, as it will guide you through the most challenging moments, illuminating the path to victory over vices and the discovery of a truly meaningful life. Tip number 10. Reflect on the harm both you and others face. When we engage in vices, it's common to downplay the negative impact they have on us and others. However, the truth is that vices leave a deep mark on our soul and pave the way for unhappiness. They suggest a considerable lack of self-esteem as we harm ourselves by denying the good we deserve. Furthermore, the effects of vices inevitably extend to those around us. Acting benevolently towards yourself and others is essential. Instead of embracing harmful patterns, always seek what is good and virtuous. As Seneca expressed, mastering vices isn't just a step towards self-transformation. It's also a service to society and the world. When you choose good and virtue, you elevate yourself and positively impact those around you. Every step you take to free yourself from vices is a contribution to a healthier, harmonious world. While challenging, this journey is also a service beyond yourself. Keep moving forward with confidence, knowing that your efforts benefit not only you, but also those around you. By reflecting on the broader impact of your choices, you reinforce your commitment to overcoming vices and pursuing a virtuous life. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Mindful Stoics to continue spreading true knowledge. See you next time.